sport of Supercross.
The ultimate extreme sport.
Be real aggressive on the first couple laps.
And the season is underway.
From LA to Vegas.
McGrath is down, and he's under the bike.
All on one video.
Doug Henry wins his second Supercross.
In the best year in history.
You can expect a lot of fire.
Go behind the scenes and on the track.
Albertine through the turning section.
The most wicked crashes.
They both up Miami.
Bone-crushing excitement.
You want to know who got the whole shot? You call 1-900-PRO-RACE.
The best riders in the world.
Instead of slinging fist, I think it's better to do real tight racing on the racetrack.
Unbelievable racing.
The hottest video ever. The 1997 Supercross Review.
I can't believe it.
Coming fall of '97 everywhere. Inside Monster Jam.
Look at the fans! We got it all! We got monster trucks, rough trucks, quad wars, arena cross, sand drags, tractor pulling, tons more stunts, you name it, we got it. It's the hottest show ever, man.
And now it's yours to own. The Inside Monster Jam Home Video Series. All the hottest U.S. hot rod action from around the country crammed into a 5-tape series just in time for Christmas. Never before released footage of the most amazing racing, rollovers, and crashes in monster truck history.
Just unbelievable.
Get ready for the Inside Monster Jam Home Video Series. Monster trucks, sand drags, BMX, quads, motocross, truck pulling, stunts, and more. 5 tapes that will blow you away coming Christmas 1997.
Structure set with a thumbs up. It's showtime!
He gets into it. It's just bad.
Wow, it's awesome.
He's cool. He's tough.
He's nuts.
Because we just like him. He's got a swamp in it.
Anything for the crowd to scream.
Houston! Grave diggers in the house! Taurus and Grave Digger! Grave Digger and Taurus, even Digger pulls it out! Oh, yeah! He races on to the next round. Grave Digger out doing what he likes to do.
Like some high-flying, high-speed, full-throttle car crushing.
Grave Digger with a successful by-run and a hairpin turn. Get it here, ladies and gentlemen. Dennis Anderson and the winner, Grave Digger.
The fans are the ones that drive me. You know, when you hear them cheering for you, and I just set this driving style way back when I first started, and it's a reputation I built, and I got to live up to it.
You asked for it.
How'd you come up with the name Grave Digger?
I made it up years ago. I had one of my friends that I kind of grew up with through high school, worked for his family on a farm. I always was scratching the junk together, trying to get me something going. And I told him one night in front of a bunch of our friends that worked with us on the farm, we were kind of mouthing off to each other, and I said, Gary, I said, I'll take this old junk and dig you a grave. And then all the guys used to call me Grave Digger from then on out. 300 miles back then was a long ways from home. And now 3,000 miles is a long ways from home, and I do that all the time. West Lebanon. It's one of our fastest outdoor courses that we do for United States Hot Rod Association. It's a treacherous track. I've turned over, crashed, and burned there. I've blown motors.
We have about 135 feet between the cars here. It's probably one of the fastest, the highest tracks we run all year long.
I had the truck on 2 wheels. I've been in that wall, but it's an awesome track. My favorite place to race is the Superdome, the Silver Dome, the King Dome, the inside places. I like those big places, Houston, Texas, and the Astrodome. Any of the big stadiums like Anaheim Stadium, Orange Bowl, the Gator Bowl, they're all great places. You get a bunch of people in there at one time, man. You get 50,000 to 70,000 people cheering for you. You'll either win that race or tear your truck up. I know in Tampa, one year I lost the rear end out of the truck because I was sitting at the line with Porter. We were having problems with the staging lights. They told Porter to leave on the red light. I didn't know it. I thought he had red lighted, so I'd take off to chase him down. I'd tear the rear end out of the truck, and I mean, it came completely from underneath the truck, and it slaps down on the tail and almost turned the truck over. If you come down and you break a wheel off, that's kind of a hard crash. It's probably about the closest thing to an airplane crash without getting killed, I guess. A lot of times when I crash, you see a rear end come out from underneath the truck, it's because we either broke a heim joint or broke a 4-link bar, and the rear end will roll out from underneath the truck. Heim joint is a part on the truck that screws into the end of a 4-link bar. The 4-link bar is one of the trailing arms that attaches to the rear end to the chassis of the truck that stabilizes the rear end and holds the rear end underneath the vehicle. I've done a lot of banging around there. Matter of fact, I've done a lot of banging around in a bunch of places.
You asked for it.
How many times have you rolled over?
I've rolled over so many times I can't even keep up. I remember in Pontiac one time, man, a crazy run. It's when I had a locker in the rear end. I'd go into the turn, the truck comes up, I try to drive out of the rollover, and it done like a flying leap and just turned upside down in the air. That was a pretty crazy rollover. And I remember crawling out of that crash in Pontiac, and I just didn't know, I didn't know how many times I'd flipped over. I wanted to get out and see how bad the truck was tore up. Had a little bit of smoke inside, and I didn't want anything to catch on fire, but heck, it was A-OK. But Pontiac, I've done several rollovers there. Houston, Texas, the first round that we came up, there was a qualifying. I was racing Wild Thing. You know, I was kind of worried about the track being a little sticky in the turns, especially in a brand new truck. I didn't know if I was going to be able to scoot through the turn or not. My motor wasn't running up to snuff, and heck, before it was all over with, I ended up turning the truck over, went out in freestyle. As the truck went up on 2 wheels, I was trying to save it, and the tire broke off the truck, and it crashed on over on its nose. But that was the best place to turn over a brand new piece of equipment if you want to tear it up. There was 73,000 people there, and the fans were going crazy. Rolling over when you're racing is not really the coolest racing out there. The fans love it, but the best racing is a nice, clean, heads-up run. 1993 in the New Orleans Superdome. We had a great weekend of racing. We were racing a point series, and we started out, the first round was, I think, Kodiak. And Kodiak flipped the truck over.
I was sliding around the turns like flat tracking. He just was getting a lot of side bite. The truck rocked up and rolled over pretty easy. The only thing that bothered me is I just had to drive by him, and I felt bad about leaving somebody wounded beside the road, which he wasn't wounded, but just didn't want to leave him behind, you know.
All through that night, we were running really good. Each round that I went, I felt like I was getting a little faster with the truck.
Dennis Anderson gets a great win over Predator. He's going to the finals.
Once I got the truck straight enough that I could shoot it to the cars, man, I just stood on the old big motor and let her fly. What can I say, man? I couldn't ask for a better night.
Your winner in New Orleans, Dennis Anderson's Grave Digger.
We got our truck tucked away in the trailer behind us here, man. We should be good to go. We'll just have to see what happens. I hope I don't get that West Lebanon curse that gets me sometime. Once we get to the show, We unload our truck, and you'll see the truck come out of the trailer. It's on little transport tires. These little skinny training wheels, we call them. But we have to jack the truck up, take the small tires off, put the giant monster tires on. The giant monster tires weigh 700 pounds. There's an art to walking those tires around and putting them on. We may have a slippery night, man. I hate it when it rains. But hey, man, we'll deal with it. We got those big tires. We'll slip and slide, but we'll try to get to the finish line first. Actually taking off in 8 or 10 inches of water in that hole right there. But like I say, man, that bottom, you couldn't get any traction in the top lane. And when we got to the other end, we just totally, you know, I mean, it was like you're out of control when you get down there. You can't stop. We're slinging mud everywhere. The crowd loves it. When I got down here in the bottom lane, I started winning.
You asked for it.
What is it like to crash?
There's been a lot of times that I thought that I was losing the truck. I've gotten over to the point of no return, and that's usually when you've got dirt spraying through the window and your glass is cracking. That's the point of no return.
Baby. Yeah, we turned her over. She's over. That's what the people want. That's what they got. And I got a tore up truck.
I made a bad twitch when I came off the last pile of cars. The truck skidded around with me, and I hit a drain, a little small drain. It's hard to see in the video, but I knew that drain was there. I'd hit it before, and the truck tipped over and skidded over on its roof. I was far enough ahead of him that the UFO actually had to try to stop to keep from running into my side. Probably crashed more than anybody else out here on the circuit. In the Georgia Dome one time, we had some pretty steep ramps, and it was 2 weeks before the Super Bowl. And I tore down about a 25-foot section of concrete. This building was brand new. The old gravedigger had scarred the wall for him.
I got quite a bit of air when I came down on the ground. It's like I was soaring for a while, so I was tickling the throttle, making sure I still had a motor underneath of me. When I got down on the ground, it slapped me pretty hard. My foot slipped off the brake pedal, and I was fumbling around with that brake, man, and I got it right there at the last minute. All I could do was skid the truck sideways.
Providence, Rhode Island one year, I got out of rhythm with the truck and with the throttle, and I just bounced and pogoed from front to rear, crashed into the wall, smashed the top of the truck up pretty bad. That was a pretty wicked little crash. Monster truck and the competitiveness part of monster truck has come a long ways, man. These guys are dialing their trucks in, and we've got to beat this time and beat that time, and it's not a game anymore. You know, it used to be the biggest, tallest, shiniest truck would win, whoever had the most KC lights. Now, if you don't go out here and jump 10 cars, you ain't in business, buddy. All the big boys out there, they're tough. That Bigfoot team, Fred Schaefer with Barefoot, they're good teams. Carolina Crusher, he's independent. Gary, he's been my buddy forever. And Gary is really a hard worker. He's a singled out person, and he's got his equipment up to snuff. He's a tough competitor. Monster Patrol, Paul Schaefer owns it. Horace, he's always been a top competitor. Any of those guys can win at any time.
Dennis is a guy you really got to watch because you never know where he's going to be. You know, he could be in front of you, behind you, and even on top of you sometimes. You never know. But no, you don't take anybody lightly, especially Dennis, because you lay down on him and he's going to get you.
It used to be when we come out here, it was like, well, we fear Bigfoot or we fear Barefoot. It's not like that anymore. We fear almost everybody that we pull to the line with now.
All the guys out there are fun to deal with and everything, but when we're on the racetrack, we are competitors.
You can't never think that you got too much of a break. When you back out of it, even those old rookies will get you.
I don't think his elevator goes the whole way to the top.
They think I'm crazy sometimes, but they watch me. They love to watch me go first because they know if the ramps are going to throw you off. They know that when I go out here that I'm going to go for it. So they'd rather see me go and use me for an example a lot of times, so they'll know how to drive the track. I always take that chance. Tonight here, when it dries out, this is really a fast track. We've got a quick change gearbox in our truck. We'll gear the truck up for these long courses. This is a quick change gear set. I've got several gear sets up here. And then this is our gear chart. You can just add your teeth up, you know, from your top teeth to your bottom teeth and come up with what ratio you need for your final drive. This is where we come inside and we change our gearbox ratio. Okay, this is just a panel that keeps all the parts running to the truck from being exposed. This cover removes by these Allen bolts. These are 2 jacking bolts. This cover pops off. You take that cover off, you've got 2 quick change gears. That's what goes into that gearbox, and it can step up your gear ratio to make the truck run faster or run slower. This place looks like a junkyard, but it's just a war ground. There's gonna be high-flying action tonight. If I paid that money to come see a show, man, I want to see a show, and that's what I like to give the people. The funnest part of it is I'd say when I come out here and these fans are cheering me on, the fans are the ones that have kept me going. There's been several times that I was going to step out of the business, that I was really going down. My equipment was getting rough. I didn't think I was going to be able to be competitive, so I was just decided I was going to step out. And man, I read some of those fan letters and the people that give us calls, and they're the people that cheer me on, that keep me going, you know, in my career. Coming off the last set of cars, I got a really bad vibration as they were towing me off the track. I was pretty sure that the motor was blown up. We pulled it to the pit area, tore the motor down. The motor was a lot worse than I thought it would be. So I was really double bummed. I had a blown up motor, and I had to make an announcement to the fans that I wasn't going to be racing anymore tonight. Tonight, man, we're out of here. I mean, as far as racing, and hey, I hate to disappoint all my fans, but it's disappointing to me too, because that's an expensive motor. We come a long ways to race hard. And hey, I appreciate you guys supporting us, and thank you for coming out and cheering us on, man. If it wasn't for you guys, none of us would be here. I knew after seeing the damage that it was going to be a long night, a long day, thrash to get this thing back together. This motor I got from Porter, it was fitted for his truck, so when you start cramming it in a digger frame, it just doesn't work. We're doing a motor swap. So many little brackets, you had to modify the oil pan. Now we're dealing with the oil pump pickup. One way or another, this truck's gonna run. Before showtime, we've been working all day long, switching motors. We just got to wire the motor up, get our fuel going to it, finish sealing up the oil pan, put oil in the motor and get it fired up and hope for the best. All right, Gary, what do you need?
The show is in jeopardy in about 15 minutes, and we'll see if Digger can make the call or not. If not, we're going to go with 9 trucks.
I wouldn't be ready to pull it to the line if it wasn't for all my competitors. They're helping get me fixed just so they can try to beat me. You believe that? Came down to the finals. It was me and Blue Ribbon Bandit. It was a pretty tough run. Our truck wasn't 110%. Once we finished up there, we were on our way back to the shop. Right here is a digger's dungeon and a monster truck shop. Now come on inside, let me show you what we've got. I've got big connecting rods. I got boxes and boxes of them. Some are good, some are bad. Some of them are from crashes. You can see here's one where I've blown a motor. And Gravedigger's always got a motor on deck. We run them hard. And so we have to stay up on top of the motors, replacing rods and pistons in them. This is where we rebuild the transmissions, replace the clutches in them. We've even got spare headlights. We blow out a headlight, we'll put a fresh headlight in it. Turn on those red headlights in an old 1950 Chevy panel truck. That's a deal that we started a long time ago, one of my first panel trucks. I made this hauler out of an old school bus. It had the red lights in it, and they're actually a red seal beam light, and they'll fit right in your headlights. But don't nobody else take those red headlights and put them in your vehicle. I need them. We were sitting in the shop one night, and it was after I got the first flame job on the front of the truck. And I didn't like those flames. I've never really kind of liked flames until Fred painted those spooky flames on my truck, so he calls them. And I had those white lights in there, and I looked up on the workbench, and I had the old red lights we took out of the bus. I told Keith, I said, man, we ought to throw those red lights in there and hook those dudes up. They look cool, I bet. So we jumped up and jammed on it, which it only took us like 30 minutes, man. We hooked them up, put them in, and looked at it, and it was so awesome, we couldn't believe it. We just celebrated the rest of the night over our red headlights. Couldn't wait to come to the first show with them. Back in the olden days when I was racing, Army Armstrong actually started the fad that when Gravediggers got those red headlights on, he's 100%.
And here comes the one they all come to see, Army. Gravedigger Dennis Anderson out of Chesapeake, Virginia.
You know, Scott, it's really amazing when he comes in the building with those red lights, those beady red lights, the crowd just kind of takes a deep breath because they know something's going to happen.
Well, I started getting fan letters from it. Like if I had a headlight that would blow out in the truck, I'd turn my headlights off and I wouldn't even run them, you know, because we didn't have another one to put back in it. Well, I'd get fan letters or get calls and say, well, we were in so-and-so race and you didn't have your headlights on, you weren't running 100%. So, man, people pay attention to that stuff, and now it's like, heck, man, if those lights are not working on that truck, we're panicking. This is Digger's Dungeon. This is our merchandise store. This is where we sell all of our souvenirs. We sell T-shirts, hats, footballs, beach bags. We've got all kinds of souvenirs. We've got broken parts from the truck that we sell, and occasionally they're on display. When they run out of broken parts, I'll go out on the track and I'll build them some more. What our main business here is building and maintaining monster trucks. Well, this is my new truck, 1997. Number 12, it was created here last year. It's cool, it's awesome, and it's bad. Compared to the other Digger trucks, the windshield is laid back, it's more aerodynamic looking. We've cropped the back of the truck and sloped the back. The door's got 6 inches added into it. I drive this one from the center. Kind of changed the paint scheme a little bit. Same concept, but added some purples in it. The truck is a 152-inch wheelbase. We used to always run a 130-inch wheelbase. All Combs gas shocks all the way around on this truck. And haven't really got the feel for it yet. I got to drive it a little bit, get some time in the seat, and I'll be ripping and tearing in this truck really good, I think. We spent 90 days building this new truck. We finally finished it. It was time to pack it up and hit the road and go to our first race in St. Louis. Right here in St. Louis, Missouri, this is Bigfoot's hometown. So you know Bob Chandler didn't send any slack over here. Barefoot's bad now. The old man Fred, he's tough. This is his hometown, too. Everybody knows this new truck's coming out, and you know those guys would love to say that new Gravedigger, it ain't nothing, man. I beat him in St. Louis. But that's all right. They might beat me here tonight, and I might come in last place. Who knows? But on down the road, this old truck will make them sweat. I'll guarantee it. It would be cool if I could win with this brand new truck out here tonight. I'd be so stoked, I could probably drive all the way home without sleeping for 2 more days. Man, I gotta rush. I gotta wash my hands, shine the truck, put my spray foam on the tires, armor on my dash, dust my suit off, it's been hanging up for a while, clean my helmet up, wipe my windshield down, check the oil, set in the truck, and think about what's gonna happen. Just hope for the best, man. I feel confident right now. Eat them up. You got that spray foam? All right. All right, cool. Crew man is ready. We got us a little Instamatic throwaway camera, fresh Mountain Dew, the fire foam, and a dust mop. I just dropped the timing back about 3 degrees. It was a little high. Earlier we were adjusting our shocks, just so we'll know where we're starting from, a starting point, and it'll take us a while to get this thing dialed in. Tonight, the truck feels good. I'm just gonna drive it as hard as I feel like I can drive it without tearing it up. I'm gonna go on and take it in. I don't even know how to get in this truck. All right, man. Still rushing. Pit party, people waiting. If everybody would just set their watch back about 15 minutes, I think I'd be on time. My fans are beating me in the building. During the opening ceremony, I'm standing on the tire of the truck. My heart's rushing, especially with this brand new truck. I can't wait to get out there and see what it's going to do.
The brand new Gravedigger, longer wheelbase.
First race with the new truck was against Little Tiger. Felt good when I took off with the truck. I went over that last jump. I knew something wasn't right on it. We got some suspension problems. I got to run again. So I raised the ride height, put some more nitrogen pressure in it, and hope that'll do it.
On the day I was born, nurses all gathered round. They gazed in wide wonder at the joy they had found.
I hope these bladers let my nitrogen out and start all over.
The head nurse spoke up, said, leave this one alone. She could tell right away that I was bad to the bone.
I ain't doing no jumping.
Bad to the bone.
We were able to get the shock straightened out on the truck so I could come back in for freestyle. Just wanted to come out and cut a few donuts, do some light jumps. The crowd loved it, man. Even though we didn't win that race, we'll get them down the road. We're on our way to Chicago to Rosemont Horizon. On the road again. It's been maybe a couple of years ago, I crashed and burned down in Hagerstown really bad. I was racing Fred Schaefer, and the track was really a wild track. I flew through the air and almost tagged Fred, and I came down, I turned my wheels in the air. As I was coming down on the ground, I was just crossed up, and the truck just started flipping and tumbling. It tore it all up, and when I ended up landing or stopping and getting out of it, there wasn't even a body left on it. Man, I crashed that truck so hard. That was really the hardest crash that I've done. It was the best crash I ever done. It looked like a plane crash. It was just stuff scattered all down the track. But it was pretty cool. I hope we got some footage of it. Even when you see us crash a monster truck and roll over, we've got all kinds of safety features inside. We've got an awesome roll cage. We've got shoulder harnesses, lap belts. We wear a neck brace. The neck brace includes a helmet, a set of gloves. We've got a main onboard fire extinguisher system, shut-off switch over here that shuts off all of our power. The trucks are just really safe.
Outside the truck, we have the rear safety switch, which by pulling this will activate and shut the truck off at any time. I also have the RI, remote ignition interrupter, which by pressing this button, it will shut the truck off at any time, anywhere in the stadium.
One time I'd flown out of California, sent the crew back. I don't usually fly around and drive my own rig. It was at the Astrodome. I got iced in. We had a really bad ice storm. So I got on the phone with the United States Hot Rod people. You want to know what we were going to do about the truck? I said, man, we just need to get another driver to drive it. He said, well, who would you like to drive it? And I said, well, see if Tom from Monster Patrol would drive it or either Eldon from Taurus. So Eldon said he would do it for me. And Eldon went out there and drove the truck. And I talked to him afterwards, and he told me, he said, man, he said, that truck is a squirrely truck to drive. He says, you just basically get in that truck and ride it.
Are you ready to go racing?
Silverdome. I like it because it's big. They put in a challenging course up there. Now I've been racing long enough that I don't get those butterflies, but every so often, when you walk into a big dome and there's all the seats are empty. There's nobody there. You're just coming in, checking the track out. You're scratching your head because, you know, you're used to having your truck dialed in for these certain ramps or for these certain turns or whatever. And you come in there, man, they got dirt mobiles, big hills. It's a crazy course. And I've just got a nervous feeling inside, but it's like an anxious nervous because I'm really curious. I want to try it and see how good I can do on it. It'll take you about 2 or 3 good runs around there, and then you'll get that throttle rhythm down for over your mobiles and your hills. And a lot of times it's awesome, man. I like some wild, crazy courses like that. I'll hate them if I go out there the first time and do bad and break something on the truck. I don't like it then, but you let me make a couple of rounds around that field and get all my mess in one basket, I'll start liking that course. I love some crazy driving.
You asked for it.
What do you do in your spare time?
There's nothing I like to do better than to win a race, go fishing and catch fish, man, and ride down the road. Fishing is something I love to do. That's really about the most relaxing thing I can do because there's not a phone out here. You know, I used to always be so uptight, like, let's rush to the next place, let's rush to the next place. Well, I found myself getting burnt out on it. So now I have to make time for myself because most of my time is spent right there with that truck. You know, I've got 2 kids coming up. I don't want to force those guys if they don't want a monster truck race. But if he chooses to go monster truck racing, I want him to be one of the best in the business. I want to be his trackside coach.
I'm gonna start on that straightaway back there by the pond. And when you see me down there and I'll stick my hand out and give you a thumbs up, then we're all ready to go. Are you ready? All right, go.
I remember a bunch of fans that I always know their faces when I come back to the same stadiums. But I got this one little guy named Jason. He's like 15 years old. Him and his family came down. Make-A-Wish Foundation flew him into Norfolk, Virginia.
My wish was to go down to North Carolina and see Gravedigger Monster Truck. I got to go down there.
It was great. He was so charged up and so excited and everything because there's so many times that he doesn't feel well. And my wife Sherry and I were so happy and so overwhelmed that he felt as good as he did, and it was just perfect time.
I felt really cool spending the day with Dennis Anderson. He's a really cool guy.
I have a feeling that Dennis and him are getting really close. I think that those two really hit it off as friends from the second they saw each other.
They were actually so much fun that we hung around the shop, and I asked the guys if they wanted to go down on the beach, cruise around. I'd take them down and see the wild horses. I've got a bunch of little kids out there like that, though, man. Those kids are the ones that keep me going, no doubt. hey, a man's got to do what a man's got to do. If we got to go racing, this is what it takes. Here we are. Windy City, man. When you're running up and down the big road, that's the nickname for Chicago. That's what we do, round-to-round racing. Chicago style is what we call it, in the monster truck term. It's a fun place to race. I'm looking forward to racing there. We race 3 nights.
Great to be back in Chicago. Now it's about time to fire that bad boy up and let him see the digger in all his glory.
That's right, man. I got to turn that old panel truck loose. I got some great fans. We're getting a good crowd in here. Hey, we'll come out here and turn some dirt for you guys. Thanks a lot.
Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, Gravedigger wins it here in Chicago.
You asked for it.
Have you ever got hurt driving this Gravedigger?
I've been hurt 2 major times. Louisville, Kentucky, done a real big jump, landed on asphalt, spun the truck out, slid into a wall, busted 3 ribs. One of them was real close to my spine. That was a bad ride. I was in a tight cockpit of one of my trucks. I crashed into the wall at Rosemont Horizon. Had a little brake failure. I crashed into a concrete wall. I didn't know that it was concrete. It was covered with black plastic, so I really wasn't prepared for a sudden impact and a hard stop. The truck wasn't really going that fast, but I got my leg wedged up underneath between the floorboard and the roll bar, and it rolled and knuckled over on my kneecap and split my kneecap in half, and that was a real bad injury. And you guys, this is a great crowd. We got a full house tonight, and I'm loving it.
Your winner is the Gravedigger!
Heck, man, we had great crowds here, great racing going on. We done some fast, hard racing this little tight building.
Okay, that's IMJ from Chicago.
I really do like getting in some tight places and doing some tight racing. It's kind of like throwing 2 guys in a closet and turn the light off and let's go at it, you know. I love figure 8 racing. I used to always favor the drag race, you know, the straight line courses. That's because back in the early days, I didn't even have rear steer on one of my first trucks. When you hear us talking about rear steer, what we're talking about is it's electric over hydraulic. We drive the rear end using our thumb and our index finger, and the front end is drove by the steering wheel. That's all the hydraulics on the truck. It's operated right here from inside the cab.
How much do you spend in repairing Gravedigger?
I'd say we spend more time repairing it than we do riding in it. Man, that's my best piece. Don't eat it. Yeah, it does. I mean, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of expense keeping it going. And what'd you do, Lecky? What'd you do to it? What'd he do to my pizza?
I don't think I'd eat that pizza. I do not think I'd eat that pizza.
All right, well, we'll switch up, and if I'm still hungry, I'll go for it. It won't be the first time they've done something to me. Finals come down to me and Carolina Crusher. I won the race, Chicago style, roundy round. It'd be impossible for me to race up and down the road if it wasn't the guys back at the shop, the girls back at the shop too, and that's a lot of my people that work on these digger trucks. Right here at the shop, we've got it all. We've got all 12 trucks. Whether it's pieces of them or the whole thing. The Monster was kind of created in like '82. It had big tractor tires on it. My original truck actually was a Ford, was a 1951 Ford panel. I've always been a Chevy man. Even when I had a Ford body, I ran Chevy motors. The This is number 1 right over here. It looks ragged and rusty. This is what we started with. Number 2 sits right in front of the shop. It's the old TV star from the old TNT days.
Oh, the crowd loves Dennis Anderson and Grave Digger. Up and over every one of them. Easily the winner.
We understand there's going to be some names start to show up on the tombstones on the side of the grave diggers. Is there any truth in that?
Yeah, we've talked about it. I've got a few tombstones reserved for a few people out here, for some of the monster truck buddies, but yeah, we talked about it.
Did you notice, people, on some of the graves, there's some competitors' names, Bigfoot, Carolina Crusher. There's a little dig, huh?
Yeah, it is. Some of those guys, I was afraid when I first put it on there, it kind of like, they get an attitude. Heck, these guys are actually kind of jealous because they're not on there sometimes. They're like, how come my truck? I'm not good enough to be on there?
Is that funny? What a strange concept.
And I was afraid it was going to be the other way around. In 1986, I beat Bigfoot on national TV. Man, I was just the underdog from North Carolina. Actually, I was from Virginia then. I was there to beat Bigfoot, and he was the man to get.
All right, the Grave Digger has the thunderous applause of the fans here in the Civic Center Arena. He's the pre-monster truck race favorite. Let's see what happened. Awesome Kong doesn't want to lose. He didn't come all the way from Texas to lose this race. Grave Digger from Virginia. Anybody's ball game. Push the pedal to the metal. Turn it loose. Power against power. Let's start. Here they come. Look at the Grave Digger. Look at Big Kong. There they go. There they go. Oh, I don't know. Oh, my word. Grave Digger. Grave Digger.
I gave Mom and Dad thumbs up at home, and it was really cool after we sat back and looked at it.
All right, I did it. Is it the biggest moment of your monster truck career?
Yeah, it is. I finally beat Bigfoot, the Kong brothers, the whole 9 yards.
You've beaten the best tonight, and the runner-up this evening made a great and valiant try. It was very close. Congratulations.
All right, thank
you. Number 3 right here is our first 4-link truck. We still race this truck right to this day. It's a good piece. Number 4 used to sit right here. We sold it. Right in here is number 5. We've got it set up in the dungeon for kids just to climb on and have a good time. Number 6 is our street legal version of Grave Digger. It never made it to the racetrack. We just cruise up and down the road and have fun. Take a look over here at number 7. Everybody's seen this truck. And out here is number 8. Robert Parker drives this race truck.
This is truck number 8. It was built in 1992. It's a copy of number 7. In St. Louis, to give the fans a good show, jumped the last set of cars, did a wheel stand. I was running out of room and slammed on the brakes. When I slammed on the brakes, I broke the front wheel off. We've got a big reputation to uphold. All the people that come to see the truck on TV all the time, turning over, wheels breaking off. You know, that's what they come to see. We go out there and break all 4 wheels off the truck if we have to, just to satisfy the fans.
Robert Parker and Grave Digger!
Here we have number 9. It's the old ride truck. It stays on premises. Number 10 is driven by Paul Hallfaker.
When I came out of that turn there, I didn't want to let Tom get ahead of me, so I just flat-footed the thing, just kind of stuffed it in through there, crossed it up.
How about it, Dallas? You want to see him come on back? You knew he was going to go over again. He had nothing else to lose. I think you got yourself a ton of new fans here in Dallas, Pablo. Unbelievable. 2 times on the lead in one night.
No, we didn't come out here planning to turn it over the second time. We didn't have anything to lose either.
Pablo or Bigger and the Grave Digger!
Number 11 is the second of our ride trucks. Kids have a blast in this one, too. It's in Wildwood, New Jersey most of the time. And last but not least, this is number 12. And everybody knows about this one. All right, man, that's a wrap. Hope y'all enjoyed it. There's a lot that goes into it, and I'm out here catching all the limelight all the time, but there's people behind the scenes that need credit too. The United States Hot Rod Association, for all of my fans out here supporting the monster truck racing. Hey, I've had a great time, and if it wasn't for my fans out here supporting us, I'd have gave up a long time ago. Thank you, guys.
Leave this one alone. She could tell right away that I was mad to the bone.
Take 2. Told you it wouldn't work like that. Like this here. Shut up, what are you doing? Got anything on my teeth? Okie dokie. Coming down. Hold on here, let me get my steering wheel back on. joke. All right, yeah.
I wanna be yours, baby. Yours and yours.
I need to go down to the market and buy a fish so we can cut that in now. You almost popped myself in the mouth with it. I'm hooked up. I might have a rock fish. Whoa, man, he spit it out. Here I am at Hagerstown. Nope, can't say Hagerstown. I'm at West Lebanon anyway. It's because the way, it's the gear ratio of his reel. You know, 1, 2, 3, go.
Go one bite. Go one bite. Go one bite.
Woman beg, and I make a good woman squeal. I make an old woman blush, and I make a young woman squeal. Wanna be yours,
That was just a joke.
yours and yours alone.
I had the sound turn off, man.
Bad to the bone. Bad.
The end.
Bad to the bone.
Need results? Get results. 1-900-PRO-RACE. Your direct line to the finish line. AMA Supercross.
Henry makes the $1,000 one 900 Pro Race Whole Shot Award.
National Motocross. Arena Cross. Monster trucks. Truck and tractor pulling. Extreme sports. Exclusive interviews.
And if you need race results, that's who to call.
And more. All at your touch-tone phone. 1-900-PRO-RACE. Get results when you want results. Dial the Pro. 1-900-PRO-RACE.
The only way you're ever going to find out if you're a true 100% hardcore Gravedigger fan is to come here to the Digger Dungeon. This place is open 24/7 on Highway 158 on the Outer Banks of North Carolina, right down the street from Kill Devil Hill. See it all? T-shirts you'll never see on tour. You want to sit inside a Gravedigger monster truck? Right here, pop in. All your fan letters up top, on display for you to come here and see the #1 Gravedigger fan. Out back, we got the ride truck. You can ride around. The doors are always open. Everyone is always welcome. Everything here has the Gravedigger on it. You got to come down and dominate here. We got videos, stuff. This is the part I like. You know how many times this guy's crashed, flipped over, broken, pure amusement, entertainment, like a hockey thing? Broken pieces, fragments, sharded stuff that's been busted hanging on the wall. Dennis Anderson, the man, the big dog of monster truck, goes off. And this is his dungeon right here, right now. Come down and see it. Believe me, because my word's good.